I know I say all records are special, but this one is really, really special. What's good, y'all? It's your boy SamTRax. We back with another one. This is my deconstruct to drums, Wi-Fi, featuring Erykah Badu. This year, I got signed to Good Music Management. Shout out to Che Pope, Kanye. Of course, my manager, Ty. I spent about a week in LA, just kind of, cooking up, working for like a whole week. This was day 3, I think. We was just working, just cooking. I was with Pablo Dylan. Shout out to Pablo Dylan, Bob Dylan's grandson. We got a call to work on some songs with D.R.A.M. And it was an interesting story about this song. I can't really say too much about it, but meeting D.R.A.M. off rip was a movie. This guy's hilarious. His sense of humor, just even his creativity is it's one of those things, man, you can't even really box in. It's just, you gotta go with it, right? So his executive producer, Gabe, was like, hey man, Sam, give me some chords. Pablo pulled up some drums. I brought my homie, Jimmy Newsoul with me. Shout out to Jimmy Newsoul. And we just started playing some chords. D.R.A.M. was already upstairs and went downstairs to look for his phone. And I had these chords that, if you're familiar with the record, I had these chords going in Wi-Fi. And when he came in, the studio we was in, the service was trash. I mean, it was horrible. And with these studios, a lot of times if you're working in a record label studio or if you're working in some studio that's out in the middle of nowhere, service is always gonna be bad with your phone, right? So he comes in and finally finds a charger, comes back in, hears these chords, and then he just starts singing, do you got Wi-Fi? And I'm like, all right, where's this going? And out of nowhere, the chords is going, the flow of the room is going, it's all packed out. Nigel was there as well too, shout out to Nigel. And as the flow is moving with the song, he just starts singing, do you got Wi-Fi, do you got Wi-Fi? Because we ain't had no service, none of us had service. So we managed to get the service, and engineer was like, yo, are you ready to go? D.R.A.M. goes into the booth, man, one take, one shot, just sang the whole song in one take, man. Like, I was kind of really amazed by his creativity. The whole song was really based on the phone service, him not having Wi-Fi. We all are laughing, thinking that, this is a joke. He's freestyling, kind of doing his thing, right? And literally just within that one take, he comes out, we listen to it, and we're like, yo, this is actually kind of like a smash. So from there, he's like, all right, yo, song is done. And we all looking around at each other, we're like, nah. I'm like, Gabe, this is it? Is this what we doing, man? For real, for real? He's like, nah, bro. I mean, if he says it's done, it's done. So I kind of hinted here and there, like, yo, you think would be, what would be dope? And we talking about it, and Erykah Badu definitely came into my mind. I didn't really talk too much about it to anybody, but I think, laws of attraction, right? You speak it, as long as you put it out in the air, you talk it out, and God always receives it. God will make a way, man. And a couple weeks later, boom, I get the files and Erykah Badu's on the record. So, this is my deconstruct of D.R.A.M's record featuring Erykah Badu, Wi-Fi. All right, let's dive in. So, of course, my main instrument is keys. And the first thing we did was started with the chords. So the chords is, so once I had that going, right? And these are all stock sounds in Logic. So once I got this part right here going. Super easy, right? And then from there, we Pablo started pulling up some drums, and these Just a little bit of sounds going through. And we literally was like, kind of like going back and forth, you know, just bouncing ideas off of each other. So that's that infamous sound you hear, weep, weep, weep. You hear that? So once we got this groove, this was the whole, the song was written to this right here, this loop right here. And then of course, we had to get the vibes in. So I added these pads. All stock sounds, guys, all stock. So as we develop this little part right here, from there, D.R.A.M was just like, yo, it's good enough. It's good enough to like get these vocals in. He goes in, lays down. And then from there, as the song progressed, then I had to add these bells in here. And this sound, I'll be honest with you, all stock sound. Just a bell sound right here. Right? Now, what made the song very interesting, right, is pretty much, there's a line in here. D.R.A.M, don't sleep on D.R.A.M. His creativity is immaculate. So I have my boy Jimmy with us, and as we're building a song, this loop is going, and he's like, man, I need to hear some bass, right? So I literally started to play the bass myself, and then, you know, of course, I'm always throwing my homies alley-oop, shout out to Jimmy New. So I had him do this little, so that this little bass line, you see that? So that little wow, wow, and we kept that slap in there, right? So from there, hear that? So as the song built, we kept building it. I felt like I needed to add a little 808 in there. And this is, I mean, simple 808. I think this was Kanye's 808 off of Contact. I already bounced the stems out. So this is pretty much the whole song. And then my boy Gabe and Rogét, shout out to Rogét. They did some post-production, added some little bells here and there. And from there, we got the completion of the actual song right here. Simple, right? But then, yo, when Erykah came in,
Still connected, no strings attached, no strings attached.
You hear that?
Still connected, we're still connected, hey, no strings attached.
so
no
this is
strings
where they're doing
attached.
their little duo, and this is the magic happened right here. Shout out to my boy Alex. I literally had to, you know, add this, and they came back to New York, and when they came to New York, D.R.A.M was like, yo, I need this to feel like Prince. And then from there, we literally started to develop a melody.
Boy, I got Wi-Fi.
Right? So we know this part. You guys know that. That's the verse right there. So as the song built, the song kept going, and D.R.A.M was like, man, I need a guitar. I need like a Purple Rain type of vibe. So I brought my boy Al with me, and we literally developed this right here. So this is the closing. You hear that? And then of course Erykah going crazy. You hear that? So of course, you know, the song seems very simple, but it's vibes. It's really just vibes. And from there, we literally created a classic from there. So, you know, this is my Deconstruct Wi-Fi drum featuring Erykah Badu. I really appreciate y'all tapping in with your boy, man. On to the next one.